That's right. Hey,
Why'd
yo.
you do that?
Huh?
Why did you do that?
You need to get applauded, don't you?
Do it again.
Why? Because you like the applause or something?
Okay.
I know my wife is saying it.
Anyway.
Welcome, y'all. This is full of a podcast. And we know that everyone's full of something. And we hope that what we are full of inspires you to release what you are full of. Good evening. It's Anthony. It's my lovely wife, Alicia.
Yes.
Delicious. It's a good thing. Why do you always have the
They
steak
didn't
face?
go. Some of the people don't understand what that means when you say delicious because that was a church thing, right?
That even sounds worse.
Well, Pastor
It's a
said that in church
fictitious
today.
name that's the name for one of the for a woman that had an encounter with Jesus. All right.
Yeah.
So
So he had.
he was modernizing the story, making it more
Can I
modern.
get a different name then?
Yeah, I'm dismissing. I'm not gonna call you that.
Okay, because I don't.
I call you that in joke wise.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think I want that name.
Why?
Reminds me of a stripper. Don't you think? Wasn't that the lady from Harlem Nights? No.
That was Sunshine.
Who's Delicious?
No, Delicious.
Oh, Flavor Flav.
Ooh.
Her name was Delicious with Flavor Flav. Flavor Flav had a show out. He was messing around with Delicious.
I don't know that.
You remember the Flavor Flav?
I don't. I remember. I know the show. I don't remember.
Miss New York and Delicious, and
I
I
remember
forgot
Delicious.
Yeah.
I remember the one
She had a big butt.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
It wasn't that show wasn't impactful for me, so I don't remember stuff.
It's reality corny TV.
It wasn't reality. It's fake.
Oh well.
Reality is this is more reality than reality TV. Reality TV, you don't need a writer, producer. If it's reality, why you need all those editor? We need to edit it out for. But these are something if it's really reality.
I don't know, sir.
How you doing? How was your week?
How was my week?
Mm-hmm.
Week was good. Week was good. I can't remember what. I was working from home this week. Didn't do too much.
It was a slow week for me, anyway.
Yeah, because we were off on what was
Thursday.
Thursday, and they had to go back to work on Friday.
What was Thursday? No.
I'm sorry, my nose is running. Thursday was Independence Day, 4th of July, as they call it.
And I had a conversation. Me and Felicia had a conversation. She didn't want me to bring it up on the show. I don't think there's anything wrong with bringing it up.
But you didn't say how your week was.
It was good.
Oh, okay.
I said it was. I think I may have said it was slow.
Okay, yeah, you did.
At work, so because Independence Day, so people take off during the week when we have like been a holiday.
Mm-hmm.
So they take off maybe the day or two before, and definitely that Friday make it a long weekend.
Yeah, nobody was at work on Friday.
So, but it was good. Got a lot done. I had to do some training for some of the guys and stuff. So, but yeah, yesterday I'd asked Felicia a question, and I'm mentioning it now.
I think I asked you the question.
No.
Okay, go ahead, finish.
And I didn't want to. And the purpose is not to embarrass her, but the purpose is education. So I asked her, does she know what Independence Day and Juneteenth, right?
No, I asked you about.
Right, so
I did. I asked. No, I did. I asked you. I was like, "What is?" Because somebody has something. You get the text message. This text message said, "Happy 4th of July." Happy 4th of July. I'm like, "What is 4th of July? What is it? Is that our independence?" Remember, I asked you that. Is that our independence?
Well, being part of America is our independence from Great Britain.
And then I asked you what was Juneteenth.
Juneteenth was the celebration of the last slave that was free. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of, if you look it up, there's a lot of different things. You say the last slave freed in Texas. Some say in the definition it said Kentucky. Somebody said Kentucky, but it's supposed to be, the last slave was free.
So wouldn't that
That's
be
what's all
our
right.
4th of July? So why do we celebrate the 4th of July and then like Juneteenth? We know Juneteenth, but I don't recall. I'm 51 years old. Juneteenth being that big of a deal. Maybe I want to say probably 6-7 years ago. Nobody really made it. I never really heard about Juneteenth.
In Queens, we had Juneteenth Day.
I never heard of it.
And we always
Really?
at Roy Wilkins Park, if y'all know that, Roy Wilkins Park out in Queens. Kind of near, in between Baisley and around Fox Boulevard on Merrick Boulevard. So that park over there. So we used to celebrate Juneteenth. I forgot the first time I knew about it, but I remember one time, I don't know, it was me and my friends or whoever I was with at the time. So let's go to Roy Wilkins Park to having a whatchamacallit celebration on Juneteenth. So, and at that time, I don't remember if I knew about it, but and the reason I was bringing it up because a lot of us don't know, and there's nothing wrong with not knowing. What's wrong is when you stay in not knowing if you don't want to. The fact that you asked the question is relevant. So, Independence Day was our freedom as a country, as a United States citizen. We celebrate our freedom from Great Britain. So
we're gonna have to do it again after this election. In another 8 years. No, 4 years.
What?
Celebrate again after.
Celebrate what?
Independence, because
it's important, and there's a reason why, like Trump always talks about.
Don't talk about it.
No, it's all right. But we have to be educated, and because there's people that are out there that don't want to vote, and it's important that we do.
And we're not telling you who to vote for because you said a name. And
no, I was mentioning. What was I going to say?
I don't know, but you mentioned the name. You didn't have to.
I love people that know what I'm thinking because they need to get a career and make some money as mind readers. Anyway, what I was saying was he was saying "Make America Great." That was one of his slogans. That's all I said about it. It still is his slogan. But we always try to figure out, okay, where is he going in American history to making it great again? That part's never been clear. I have no idea what he's talking about. But for Black Americans, it's never been great. If anything, our greatness is when Barack Obama was president. Maybe even go back to maybe Bill Clinton, maybe Jimmy Carter. But again, not getting political. Understanding the history of our country and difference between Independence Day and Juneteenth. So that was independence. Gaining your independence from your freedom from the country. And you know why the people that left, the Pilgrims left Great Britain?
No, you tell me why.
Here's the funny thing. No, to escape religious persecution. They wanted to get away from the country, which is, if your country is built on that, then why doesn't it keep a status like that? Which cracks me up. So, we live in an oxymoronic world, a nutty world. So, but it's important to know your independence. It's important to know your history, and if you can learn something, and don't walk around. I tell Landon all the time because he always asks, "You know what that means?" I know what that means. I said, "What does it mean?" He said, "I don't know what it means." I'm saying, dude, that it's all right if you don't know. Don't act like you know something you don't know, but always try to embrace some kind of history or gain something from a conversation.
Cool. What's your findings? What are you looking at?
I'm looking at you.
Oh my gosh. What's your fondest 4th of July moment? I mean, do you have one that stands out? A 4th of July?
Not really.
Not really.
I can tell you what I did one for. We was on the roof of my friend's building,
It's crazy.
building 4. They were shooting off firecrackers in between shooting off guns. That's the one I remember. Doesn't really because I don't, I love the country I live in, but I don't wave the flag like,
Yeah.
the flag. People are more important to me than the flag.
Yeah, it's just
So,
I remember one about I don't know, this is like many, many years ago, probably 20, 25 years ago.
mhm.
Um was that it was actually the best block party that I ever been to. I mean, everybody came together. It was like a cul-de-sac. People had their grills out. They invited people. They had the whole block section off. You had DJ and everything. Food, you can just go to the neighbor's house. I went with somebody. I didn't know these people, but it was just fun to see everybody just getting together. But then later on that night, when it was time to do the fireworks, that's when everything started went left. They started shooting off the fireworks, right? So one of the guys had the fireworks like right outside his garage, and I think he was letting off one. It wasn't going fast enough. It wasn't ignited fast enough. So he went and got some. I want to say some gas or something, whatever to make it go.
It's pure stupid.
Yeah, what kerosene, whatever.
Dumb.
But whatever it was, and it was a whole lot of fireworks in this box. Fireworks was going everywhere, going into the house and the garage. Kids was in the house, and guess what happened? Guess what happened? The house caught on fire. The garage caught on fire. We had to go rescue kids out the basement, going in a burning house. Fire trucks coming. And one thing about fire trucks, if your car in the way, even if you're parked right, for them to get to the house, they was like, they was moving the cars out the way, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm glad my car was parked on the other street. But yeah, they was cars just being just tossed like this so to get to the fire.
That was like for me. That's the reason why I don't remember anything because I grew up in the projects, and the dealers used to light up the projects, and they were dumb. They would do the regular firecrackers didn't bother me that much, but they had the M80s. So M80 is like a quarter stick of dynamite. They were throwing it in the cars. I said, y'all stupid. If it blows up, I'm saying. So then, people, I don't remember anybody that really caught on fire, but then the little playground we had in between our buildings, building 1 and 2, they had all the fireworks. The red paper was all the next day. So, but yeah, I didn't hang out. That's that one day I was on the roof was like the only time I hung out. And it's weird because we asked my friend from work. He has a nice apartment. I got to ask him. His apartment is right across the street from the UN, and he could see the Macy's Day fireworks.
Didn't we go to one before? Oh no, we went to one of your friends' pool. Wasn't that the 4th? We went to a pool party. I forgot the name.
I guess I don't know.
I think that was a 4th of July.
My friend from work, I don't mention things. I don't know how much he wants me to put out there, but he lives right across. He lives on the FDR Drive, and to the left is the UN, and his apartment's up there. He could see. He doesn't have to watch the Macy's Day fireworks show come on TV. He can watch it right out of his window. Somebody asked him how it was tomorrow.
Well, that's the one you showed me pictures of his apartment.
Mm-hmm. It's a real nice view.
Nice.
But like I think for the most part in the States, all our holidays we have off, we really don't celebrate the day itself. So I think we may celebrate Martin Luther King's. I'm talking about all the federal holidays. President's Day we celebrate by going shopping. We'll go get all of the President's Day.
There ain't no sales.
But I'm just saying, St. Patrick's Day they celebrate by drinking, even though it's not a holiday.
You don't get paid for that day off, do you?
No, we don't get that day off at all.
Yeah,
because it's more of an Irish.
I got some Irish friends. Hey, Lisa.
We celebrate Easter. We celebrate Christmas and Thanksgiving. We celebrate Veterans Day, Memorial Day for the most part.
in New Year.
and New Year's. Yeah. So yeah, I guess we do celebrate a lot of them. But like Independence Day, we don't celebrate it maybe like we should. Overall, same thing like with Juneteenth. There's a lot of stuff that happens on Juneteenth, which is cool.
I mean, they do a lot of things with Juneteenth. We just
Mhm.
we need to get active with it.
Yeah, I'm glad they do, because then, just to make it a recognizable day. But it's kind of weird how they create holidays and make them. Sometimes they throw Juneteenth in as a boom.
I mean, it
Like
just became a federal holiday. When was it,
to shut
last year,
us up.
2
Yeah,
years ago?
to me it happened too. It kind of happened too quick. We, as a lot of the black population, knew about it, but America did. And the minute America kind of found out about it, they made it a holiday. I'm saying, okay, that's almost like a bone to me. To because I really want to give me my 40 acres and a mule.
What would you do with it?
Buy another 40 acres and a mule. I don't know. I would invest it, but at least
That's a lot of acres, man.
But if the thing, this is the funny thing, we honor Juneteenth as the official last day. I mean, the day that the last slave was, but the promises that we were promised as slaves, we never got.
So who do we need to reach out to so we can get that?
There's been people working, and you have to look it up. Well, Spike Lee's has his company, 40 Acres and a Mule.
We need to get with Spike Lee because we need that.
Yeah, but and it probably wouldn't happen. A lot of new citizens or people that come to the country, they have more money than we do, which doesn't make sense. So we should be prosperous in the country. So that's my one issue. Thanks for the holiday, but follow fully through with the whole thing. And that's why I say it's so bone. Like, we can easily give our dog a full steak, throw a bone at him instead. I'm talking about people in general, not Ziggy.
Ziggy don't eat steak, even though you gave her a little bitty piece of steak yesterday.
Mm-hmm. She swallowed it whole.
She did not. She got baby teeth.
She's good.
She liked that steak. You should give her a steak more often.
Then she'll get too used to it.
So what? Just a little bitty pieces of steak.
Without order, what is there? You don't have order. What do you have?
Chaos.
Yeah, all right then. So the dog will be out of control.
Let's not talk about dogs, because it gets me upset.
Oh, please. It's not your dog.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wonder what the little baby dog is doing right now.
So I was thinking about, I'm switching the subject big time.
Yes, please.
So I was thinking about getting a nice picture back there to make it look nice. What?
How about a mirror? No, you can't do a mirror because then you'll see your pictures over there.
The mirror, it would show reflection. It would show like 100 of us if you put a mirror there. Because the reflect, I know so.
I'm thinking if you put a mirror there, you'll see the wall right there.
What do you think the camera's going to see? The mirror. It'll keep bouncing back, so it'll be 100 pictures inside.
Oh, let's try it. Let's see what it look like. I just want to see what it look like. No.
Get a nice picture. I was going to get full of the podcast.
Well, Anthony says that he probably already done ordered it.
No, I know. I thought about it today. So I didn't think about it yet. I didn't do it yet. I mean, so I got some other things I got to take care of. So that's the independence part of it. Breaking away from someplace you're not really happy from. So they broke away from Great Britain to come here, which still bugs me. I don't understand how we got so many different dialects. So if you go up in Boston, they have a Boston accent. You go to New York, you sound like us. You come down south, you sound country. Kentucky speak is different than Texas, than different than Mississippi, New Orleans. Everybody, how do you get all these? And I understand New Orleans because that's mostly French. That was owned by the Louisiana Purchase was that area down there. But it's weird. There's nobody overseas that sounds country. There's people that sound French. Like the Creole is a derivative of French.
I still got my country New York accent too.
What is that?
Don't know.
You said country New York accent?
Yeah. I can get some Alabama in me sometime, and sometime the New York come out. I could be at work and when my coworkers be like, "See, that's what I'm talking about. You said coffee. It's coffee." He said, "No, it's not hot." I said, "It's coffee." They say it different out here. So, I don't know.
And different dialects, Midwest and all that stuff, that cracks me up. But it all derived from England and France. So England, for the most country. And they, I don't know how they lost like when George Washington and then came over here. In Spain too. Spain, Christopher Columbus and all that stuff. So
cool beans.
It's weird though. But it never hurts to educate yourselves. Wisdom beats a lot of doesn't make sense to stay in the darkness about stuff.
And stay stuck.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong. That's why when I approached you about that, you shouldn't have got mad.
Because it was like 5 minutes to the hour.
It's not that that tell the real reason why you didn't want to.
That's the real reason.
No, it's not. You thought I was going to try to embarrass you again.
Like you doing now?
No. I'm doing this for a reason. If I love you, why would I embarrass you in front of people?
You'd be more embarrassed trying to embarrass me.
Okay, you didn't answer the question. See,
you wouldn't. I already know that.
All right, so then you should know anything I say and talk about has nothing to do. I may joke around and things, but it's nothing. And I'll clean it up to make sure people understand that.
I know that, but
what is nothing.
We didn't come together and agree on a topic. We always come just on top of the dome. It's usually something that happened that week I probably heard that we speak on.
Keep your hands on that wouldn't happen.
No.
Can't speak with your hands. You ever watch them? You ever watch like broadcasters and stuff? They sit like this with their hands like this. They hold their hands down
so they don't move?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do that.
No, you can't.
Let's see.
Of course, I use my hands too many times.
And then you get the thumbs up. So you still moving your hand?
No, I put them down here and there. It's just about hand discipline, mic discipline.
I can do it. I'm doing it. This guy.
I was church today for you.
I was church?
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
I'm gonna do a kid. I'm gonna do it now.
Don't do that.
Why?
Don't do that. I gotta move my hand because my eyes are on the water.
So what was the message you got? It's not. And again, this. I'm trying to.
You know how you go to church and somebody asks you how was church? You be like, oh, it was good. Well, what was it about? And you forget. I would have to go into my notes.
I talked about it earlier.
Was I here? I left. Was out today.
And this while we were on here, I talked about it.
I forgot that fast.
About the encounter with the woman. You said delicious. Don't call me delicious. Yeah. All right, don't call me delicious.
Okay, so yeah, that was a part of what he spoke on.
You should be able
part to
tap into that to the dome.
Don't wow.
What? All right, what's so bad about what I just said?
Nothing.
Then why you say don't?
I'm trying to be straight.
Then why'd you say don't?
I don't know.
No, be relaxed.
No, I'm trying to not move my hands. Let's see if I can do it. It's just making me hot. Yeah. The church was good. Mm-hmm. I mean, Pastor always gives an insightful word. I think I was off focus today. There was a lot of stuff going on in the background. So I missed a lot of things. I'm looking in the air because something was going on with the ceiling. I don't know what was going on. What are you doing?
Yeah, I was going
that. So I missed a lot of things.
I was looking in the air too, but I paid attention.
There you go.
I saw because there's nothing we could do.
To be honest, I wasn't really there today because I really didn't want to go to church this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So that's being honest. So my focus wasn't really there. So what I'll do is you can ask me later on. I'll go back and rewatch it. So
that's I told the importance of All right, this is how last week I was in church, right? So I'm watching the ceremony and everybody's, praising and worship and everything. I never realized church is almost like the celebration of the end of the week. God got us to another week.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it from that perspective. So we're up here celebrating
Making it through.
everything individually. Everybody's coming collectively. Everybody's coming collectively to celebrate what God did to them individually, did for them individually. In the worst case scenario, and I always look at it like this: if you're alive, God has a purpose for you. So no matter what you're going through, and don't look at what somebody else is going through or already went through and already got the victory. Celebrate that. Don't ever get upset that okay, right now, things don't feel right, or things aren't going right. So, because sometimes we have a habit of looking at everybody else and seeing what they're doing and what's happening, what's not happening in our lives, and and we get upset, and then we go to God and say, "Did you forget about me?" You never asking the question, "Did we forget about Him?"
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there's two ways of looking at it. Like, especially if God's been doing or doing things in your life, you should be celebrating that. Go to church, have conversations with Him, just prayer with Him, and just celebrate. If you don't feel like anything's going in the direction that you think you need to be going, or God, don't ever give up on God. Always look at yourself and say, okay, what am I not doing?
Mm-hmm.
Then if you feel you're doing everything, then
He'll reveal it.
yeah, and everything's coming around the corner. Something's around the corner. And then celebrate with people. And always sometimes you have to tap into your past stuff or tap into people in the family that you've seen God do work.
I asked you a
Or
question.
no, just you've seen God do work somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
If maybe not in your life at the time. Sometimes you gotta put the drink down.
What drink?
Sometimes you gotta put the weed down. Hear me out. Sometimes you gotta put the TV down. Sometimes you gotta put the games down. And where is your focus? And then enough complaining, start doing. So
I do remember Pastor saying something about testimony, sharing your testimony.
you should
I
say your
remember saying
testimony.
it.
Because a lot of times we come encounter with people that has similarities or may not be like in the case he was talking about today, he asked a lady, and I have a couple of friends at church that they asked me how you doing. And our response to that is everybody says good.
I'm good.
I'm good. And a lot of times it's not true.
Mm-hmm.
So I think one time one of my friends had asked me that, and I usually stop. I say, if I say I'm good, I say no, I really am. I really am good. But um, and I that's when I compare what I'm going through compared to somebody that's going through cancer. So whatever I'm going through, they're going through something worse to me. So I'm good. I look at it from that perspective. Um, and to be honest, my complaints, the stuff that you may hear me complaining about during the week, it's to me, it's not legitimate. It's not a legitimate complaint. This stuff, it's fixable stuff. Um, if it's anything marriage, that's something me and you can work on, but it's maybe something that God's trying to get to me to do different. It's something that kids, a lot of times, God speaks through the kids when I discipline. God spoke to me
I'm
through
about to start coughing.
that question that Jason asked me in the book signing. He asked me about my dad,
Mm-hmm.
and then he revealed to me the title of the next book, in his presence. And as I'm writing the book, I think I even told you, like I have a hard time getting inspired by it, and I can't write. I get stuck. But then when I go to church during praise and worship, all of a sudden I get downloaded a lot of stuff. Then I come home and try to write. I can't do it. Go back to church next week. Praise and worship has to be teaching. Like all of a sudden I get a message. Then I realize what God was telling me. Get in presence with Him, and then He'll download exactly what needs to be done, or open up my memory on what I need to write about. So, so revelation can come through from a person, or it can come through you as you're directing somebody else. As you're having a dialogue with somebody, He'll open up your eyes to see, okay, this is what I want you to do. And a lot of times we ignore we don't put down whatever we're doing. And I always use the kids as an example. If I'm working on any kind of project, anything like that, and even you, it doesn't make a difference. Hannah, Jaden, Landon, Nehemiah, and you, if I'm working on something, I stop once you come in. Mute everything, turn off everything, and let me hear what you have to say. Because God may want me to say something, but the majority of times I'm getting my message from Him through you, or even as I'm talking through. So, and with truth, there's freedom, and and the one thing I think I declared it with Felicia when I first met her. I said the one thing she's not gonna get from me is a lie. I'm not gonna lie. I've done that in the past.
Because they know I'm crazy.
No, it has nothing to do with you. It's all about me. So
I'm crazy.
You need me? I'm gonna call the crazy house tomorrow. I'm gonna call the crazy house tomorrow.
You're gonna call the crazy house tomorrow?
You just said you're crazy, so I'm gonna call a house that's made for you, a crazy house. They'll come with make sure they have the padding is. I'll check the room out, make sure the padding is nice and soft. So when you have your straight jacket on, you're bouncing the wall against walls. You won't get hurt.
Okay.
But in all seriousness is that we always like be prepared to talk about whatever you're going through to somebody else.
If they ask.
No, there's
no.
I said be prepared. Mm-hmm. That means always have, and pastor always tells us as ministers, always be prepared to have a word for somebody. Mm-hmm. It could be a group, it could be one. Always be prepared, have whatever, be ready to tell your story, because it's important, because you're gonna deliver that person for whatever they're going through. So, and that's what I mean. Like, so, and what I said earlier, I wasn't picking and pointing at anybody, but whatever your vices, and we all have vices. Mine is on the games on the thing. I gotta put them down when it's time to get, to do this writing thing. And I try not to complain as much, because I'm very grateful for where I'm at right now, and my family. Number one, my wife being here during my cancer and everything, the kids, them, and then a lot of times, and the one thing that I don't stop is laughing, because I enjoy being around. Like I was hugging up with Landon today, and what I appreciate.
What was he doing?
I asked him to come in. He sat down next to me, let me put my arm around him. And we was just having a dialogue. I love his presence. His presence is crazy.
He didn't want anything.
I asked him to come to me, and he came to me, sat down, and when he was ready to leave, he left. So his presence is, again, everybody's gifting inspires me. So watching your gifting in action.
What's my gifting in action, Anthony?
You give to your friends.
What?
You're a giver to your friends.
To my friends, as friends, not strangers?
That doesn't inspire me when you give to strangers.
Why not?
Because I don't see you give to strangers. I see more friends. So you want to hear the joke about that, but I'm not one of our friends because I don't get anything. So anyway, boom. That's applause. I ain't gonna do the applause.
Whatever.
No, but that inspires me. We was in marriage class. Remember that time? We were talking about love languages, and My love language is adoration. So
No, yours is affirmation.
what's adoration?
It's affirmations, words,
What is it? Is adoration up there?
words of encouragement, affirmation. What is it? Gifts.
What's look up adoration on your phone.
Okay, so adoration, affirmation is the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think so. So
I don't recall.
Well,
I think it's affirmation.
yeah, and I told them we was in class. I didn't even teach it. I said sometimes I said a lot of times I don't get my gift. Matter of fact, we give what we like to do. No, excuse me. We give what we like to receive. So, for instance, I like to affirm, give compliments because that's where I want back. But most times we don't get it.
Most, so just to, I don't.
Said most. I said we don't.
Okay.
When I'm asking, I'm more. I'm talking about we. For instance, like one of my that's my love language, but one of my gifting is exploitation. So I'll always encourage people, but people don't encourage me. And I'm talking about outside. I really don't like a lot of the gifts that you have to give, you don't get. So you have to align yourself with people that are like my kids exhorters, so they can exhort me. So
I gotta look up the 5 love languages.
So with the affirmation that Felicia was talking about with me, that's not one of her things. So it's kind of harder for her to do that with me. So I have to look for another way of getting inspiration in. And I love when the way she is with people, and she is right about strangers. The way she helps strangers, that inspires me. So I have to deal with the fact that I may never get my love language from her, but I have to refocus it into what she does.
Here it is: words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, acts of service, receiving gifts. So my love language is acts of service, and yours is word of affirmation and quality time plus physical touch. You got 3, and I only have 1.
Okay. do I ask what's your one?
My one is acts of service.
Do you get that from me?
Yes.
Wait, so I got 3. Hold up.
Words of affirmation. This is what you like. Words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, acts of service, receiving gifts. So that's not, three of the 5. And I'm 1 of the 5. Well, receiving gifts, I don't really care, but
So to be honest, I just need 1 out of the 3. So y'all know if I'm saying so I have 1 to choose for. I try to give it to as much as possible. She has 3 that she could choose from.
3 of the ones that you like. Okay, I'll work on that. Come back next week.
No, tell them how many you give though.
Huh?
How many can you? It's funny.
That's not funny. You sound like one right now when you said that. No, y'all talk alike.
If I'm laughing about it, then you should be able to laugh about it.
I just laughed. What do you want me to do?
Don't get offended by it, is what I'm saying.
Did I get offended?
I know, so tell them how many you get.
Out of the laughing, you should know. 0. Whatever. I said I'll work on it. This is 20 years going on right here. Yeah, 20 years. Yeah.
So in other words, be inspired.
We're not perfect. That's in other words. No, we're not perfect.
But we don't.
And we don't claim to be.
Don't even strive to be perfect. You know, I'm a perfectionist when I do my work. But when it comes down, we should, only one person lived on this earth. Only one man lived on this earth that was perfect. That was Jesus. But but we should try to be righteous. Try to do the right thing. Don't be lazy and don't do the right thing. I'm not talking about
not lazy.
I'm not talking about that. No, there's a lot of people. Like I don't know how long I'm gonna last my job because they're getting under my skin.
Look, you better stay with that job till you get another job.
No, I'm just saying.
Look, play with mama money.
My boss is the same way. She said these jokers.
You may not want to be saying all that stuff on here. Yeah,
I just think nobody knows.
Okay, I'm just saying. Just don't play with mama money.
Oh yeah, no, I told the guys that. I told them we had a meeting. I had to let them know. I said, y'all messing with my money.
That thunder?
It could
I
be.
can't even go for a walk.
But yeah, so independence. This is all independence, Juneteenth. When we're having conversations, transparency and all that stuff, all has to do with that one big F word. You know what the big F word is?
I don't. Freedom.
There you go. Come on, girls. We do too now. Freedom. And it's important that the day I told Felicia I wouldn't lie to her, circling back with the initial thing I said. And going forward, it's a lot of freedom. I don't have to worry about making up stories. She knows where I'm at, knows what I'm doing. She ain't got to worry about even looking for me or even checking on me when I'm gonna get home to like 7:30.
Whatever.
So, but I think that being transparent, and this everybody's not gonna get it. The fact that I share a lot of personal stuff. Felicia does too. And basically, if you want to know about it, just go on Facebook. You know, Felicia is more of a detailed person with that.
Not really. I don't do it too much.
All right. Truth is your way to freedom.
On that note,
you share the stuff we do when we go out.
Yeah, I take pictures.
I know that's detail. That's
for me. That's my memory. So when it pops up, then
I know, but it's not just for you. You know why? How many friends do you have?
I don't know.
How many friends you have? You have over 1,000 friends on Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, again, freedom will get you a lot of good things. So it becomes everybody the minute you post.
Okay.
So it's not just for you. It's for everybody.
My leg is starting to hurt. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What? My leg is starting to hurt. I got to get up and move, man.
So you're trying to say it's time to go?
Yes. 13 minutes ago.
Oh, was that on?
Yes.
Okay. She says something. All right, y'all. Until next week, what we do, how they get in touch with us?
Like and subscribe.
No. They can't see that. You have to go
right there. Contact us at amarkdavis.com. No,
you said at amarkdavis.com.
They could contact us at amarkdavis.com.
No.
Or they can go to Full of the Podcast to like the YouTube. Full of the Podcast on YouTube.
2-year-old.
Whatever. Look.
I just make sure you like and subscribe. Full of the Podcast. Any issues, definitely people close to us, let us know by text. Yeah. We want to make sure that you can like and subscribe at our website. Do a search for Full of ... the podcast. I think we come up to number 3 on the list. Okay. Now, I'm not saying we're number 3. I'm saying
it comes up.
Once you do a search, the third should be third down.
Okay.
And then contact us at Connect, CONNECT at I know you just said at amarkdavis.com.
Connect at amarkdavis.com. Yeah. So
and the website may be going down soon. So
yes.
So yeah. Because we have the purpose of the website is for the book, but we have different ways of getting to the book. But you should be able to contact us at that email address, and it may change coming up soon, but keep you guys posted.
Okay. Good night, guys.
Until next week. Love y'all.
Peace out.
Let's go.